I got the food from other places. Chalky milk. I paid 79 cents for apple slices. The egg McMuffin from McDonald's. Here's the egg muffin from Dunkin' Donut. McDonald. Dunkin' Donut. Looks like they put the ham in there, even though I requested no ham. Not gonna waste it, but I will try it without the ham to make sure it's a fair comparison. I think fairness is the most important thing here. While the McDonald's one does have a so-called American cheese, I went and opted for cheddar cheese on the Dunkin' one. McDick's going down the gullet. The egg is like a solid mass of smooth and gelatinous rubber. The cheese tastes like vegan cheese. Cheese tends to solidify once it reaches room temperature, which this clearly is. And the fact that this cheese remains pasty is mildly concerning. So got some yolk in that one, and it's almost like eating a piece of chalk. Now for the kin who is done. The egg tastes slightly less processed. The cheese is significantly less flavorful, but at least is less alarming. The quality of the egg is undoubtedly superior. The overall bland flavorlessness, and especially given that this does not come with any kind of meat. I don't want to say heartbreaking, but devastating. I will now try McDonald's rendition, complete with the intended ingredient of lean Canadian. I don't think I've ever had a meat more rubbery. My father used to describe the borderline abusive environment he grew up in as a kid, and how my grandmother would boil ham and lay it over thin slices of white bread, accompanied with mustard, and claimed that was a sandwich. I don't think people are supposed to be eating this. When compared with the 2,000 calorie large chocolate shake from McDonald's, this is probably the healthier choice. Was the bleached and fried inner tubing worth the additional $2 over the Dunkin' Donuts? Blandness in itself is not admirable, but the integrity of the ingredients is. And this seems to be more similar to what I would call food. If fully fried eggs were placed in a can, and that was stacked with a replica of the piece of cheese from the Diary of the Wimpy Kid, and sandwiched between cotton balls made of wheat, that would describe the overlap between the two sandwiches. I gotta say, I naively expected a little bit more from the Dunkin'. For $2 less, I would say it's worth it simply not to have that piece of rubber that they call meat in there. However, the overall flavor profile of the McDonald's one is a bit more encompassing and interesting. But there is this uncanny valley between completely implausible and real. McDonald's one seems to lie a little closer to the implausible, sort of puts me off of it. Why are there 3 ingredients in the apple slices? Fun fact that the peel of the apple is actually highly nutritious and is in fact pretty much necessary for a healthy digestion of the apple. There is almost no peel on any of these slices. These seem to be expertly whittled into chunks rather than sliced, in my opinion. The DoorDash listing described hashes brown. This seems to be one singular hash. Only McDonald's can manage to maintain such a level of crunchiness despite oil logging the product. The silver lining is actually quite brown thanks to this chalky milk. 18 grams of sugar. Fucking Donuts has yet a chance to redeem itself in the form of some donuts. I will now give fucking Donuts the fairest chance to redeem itself by indulging first in their more flagship style of donut. And now for the cream. It's okay. It's the least stale donut I've had from Dunkin' Donuts. The donut is very je ne sais quoi donutty, and the cream is like creamy. If I didn't have such poor eating habits, as in eating almost nothing at all every day, I would worry that this would give me diabetes. Elizabeth Gregory, the woman credited with creating the first donut, made a, quote, wicked deep-fried dough that cleverly used her son's spice cargo of nutmeg and cinnamon along with lemon rind, and, quote, put hazelnuts or walnuts in the center, where the dough might not cook through, and called the food donuts. So quite far we have come from walnuts and cinnamon to closing shot of the interracial anal scene. Well, this has been Uriah, the hardest R you ever done here, signing off.